Sagittarius, I'm not late. I'm simply making an announcement. Do not be mean to me. You're mean to me, my friend. Very mean to me, my friend. This was a nose scratch. I was not doing Nick Fuentes shit. I was doing this. You can rewind. You can slow it down. I wasn't. I chose the wrong time to do that hotkey. How the fuck is everyone doing tonight? We will be talking about some drama shit. I'm about to make the announcement in my very own beautiful little Discord server, which you should all join. Links in the description. We're gonna wait just tad little bit until people get in here. I feel like tonight's gonna be a bit of a smaller stream, but you know what? Mic quality kinda quiet. That's very unfortunate. Let me see if I can I change the sensitivity by any chance? Properties. Desktop audio. Okay, Blue Snowball. Device timestamps. What the fuck? What the fuck? What do you mean? This makes no sense. What do you mean? This is mean to me. This is very mean to me. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to talk at like a higher volume, or I could just bring the mic a little closer to my mouth. How's this now? How's this? Is this good? I need to do that a little better. I'm due for a haircut tomorrow, so if I'm looking a little scuffed today, that's why. Okay, we got 4 people in, 4 people watching. I think that 4th person is actually me on my phone because I had to get the link. Once it gets to about 9:10, I feel like that is when we are officially gonna start the segments. I got the spiciest, just absolute spiciest stuff to cover today. And then we will be doing, if we get enough people to do so, we will probably be doing a bit of scuffed media share, just a tad bit of scuffed media share. And I have a good little announcement. I actually got some new lights, meaning scuffed media share is going to be a lot less dark. If I can get them all on, they all operate on the same little thing. If I can, then I just hit ceiling light. Oh. No, it's perfectly fine. But yeah, Scuffed Media Share has brand new lights. You can even see them in my glasses. They're two little up and down lights. Very nice for the ambiance. Although I might be able to like bring this over here or like sit it somewhere slightly better, because it's mostly back there, which is like a never-ending void. Let me actually see if I can. Okay, what if I unplug this, plug this? We're a little scuffed on the pillow stream. What if I plug that right there? Yeah, that's a lot nicer. That is a lot nicer. Okay, we're sitting at a good 3 people. 3 people right now. So I'm going to Okay. So, we got some beautiful stuff to cover today. I might actually do it like that. Should I just do like regular light for segments? Did I get Fortnite? I did get Fortnite. What's the CIA doing? Listen, the CIA has been doing some weird ass fucking psyop shit on Twitter.com, which will bring us into our first segment, hopefully. And as you can see, I updated the chat on screen. If you go back to any of my previous streams or the only segment I have uploaded, legit, I had it set to where messages would disappear after a certain period of time, so it looked like I just had like a box like right here next to me that was just like black unless someone commented. So hop on Fortnite this weekend. I'll definitely try if I get the time. I do have to work this weekend, but hopefully I will get the time to do so. But camera, focus, stop. See? Focus. Okay. Huh? You gonna be nice to me, camera? Come on, man. Really? Okay, what if okay. So you can see the hand, all of the oils I have on my hand. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Ooh, still look at me, look at me, look at me. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, with that being said, question to everyone. Would you prefer if I did segments in this beautiful lighting today, or if I go with the regular lighting I usually go with? Keep the pink? Pink is nice. I like the pink. I like the pink. I feel shrouded in good color. The only issue is that the pink is like really weird when it comes to my lighting, when it comes to my camera quality, as you can see. Like, it's even worse than the regular lighting. Yeah, like now I'm in the glorious Blade Runner color. I look amazing in this color. Only issue is that I have an autofocus webcam, which I will be hopefully fixing soon. I will hopefully be changing webcam soon enough. I'm waiting until I get some nice Christmas money, and then I'm probably going to switch to like an actual Logitech, a decent Logitech, so that my camera quality is actually good. With that being said, we have some drama to cover. So, let me go ahead, pull up the worst website on planet Earth, Twitter.com, so that I can go ahead and pull up what we're going to do. Go back to the blue. I like the pink. I feel like the red, though. The red might be what I start doing for Scuffed Media Share. Yeah, I feel like the red is a very nice color for Scuffed Media Share, even though... Why did I change the color? Jesus. I need to figure out how to cut off autofocus, but I'm, like, too lazy to do so. Okay. Camera. Stop being mean. Stop being mean. Everyone get that tea? Yes, indeed. Okay. It's 9:10. I think we've wasted enough time. We got everyone in who's probably going to watch this stream. Just... hand. Pull back. Okay. So it looks like that's what I'm going to do whenever this unfocuses. And my stream appears to be lagging on my end when it comes to input. Are you all getting, like, any input lag right now, potentially? Like, in terms of, like, am I desynced right now when it comes to my talking, or no? Am I desynced at all? Because I do not want to do desync segments. Because really, when it comes to like resyncing a segment, it isn't hard. You just, in the editor, you just cut off the audio for one of the segment bits, and then you just like put the audio in as like, and then you just like put the segment in the audio portion, and then you just like sync those up. The only issue is that that's a fucking hassle, and I really don't want to do that. Okay, I'm good. Okay, good. So, let me get to the particular Twitter page I wanna get to. A few milliseconds, honestly. I'll just fix that in editing at this point. And then if I like keep unfocusing, then I think I might just end up oh my fucking, I'm gonna commit a felony. In a video game, I'm gonna commit a felony. I'm actually going to do Minecraft terrorism. I mean, hightail terrorism. I will literally do it. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I should have been recording that, because mentions of terrorism have to do with what we're going to be talking about coming up here soon. So, segment time, kiddos. Behave yourselves. I want your best hi YouTubes in chat. I will fix the lo-fi camera whenever I get to it. I'm operating on a bit of a scuffed budget right now, but it will be fixed. Trust me. I am going to download a car. Indeed. Because I'm evil. I'm so evil. Okay. So, the CIA, very fun organization known for being very, 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 very morally neutral when it comes to any... Listen, let me just put it like this. The CIA is one of the most involved organizations when it comes to the world. And that is a good or a bad thing. I'm scratching. That is a scratch. I'm not Nick Fuentes. That's a fucking scratch. The CIA is a terrorist organization. Yes, we can talk about that. So, recently in left-adjacent Twitter, for some reason, it has become a bit of a contention to say that the CIA is a bad organization, or that the CIA should be abolished. So, before I get into the talking points here, I'm gonna say two things. I am trying to get into the debate sphere, and if anyone wants to debate me on the CIA, or how the CIA isn't necessarily the best organization, or that the CIA is, in my opinion, far from reform and should just be deconstructed, and a different organization put in its place to fulfill intelligence purposes, feel free to DM me. Feel free to join my Discord and put it in debate a pillow submissions. Links all in the descriptions. Please. Feel free to. I'm perfectly fine with it. I'll have to schedule a date because I do have other things on my plate, but I would be perfectly fine with talking with you pretty much any time. With that being said, I will be covering two bits of this CIA controversy. One that I got involved in and one that I've been passively sort of sitting on the sidelines of. So, if I exit and I go to my replies, we're gonna look at one of our good friends on Twitter.com. The very, very lovely Hansa Farkir. So, to the people who know of Hans of Hark here, and what has been going down with our kind friend recently. Bear with me for a little while, whether it be the issue of xenogenders or neopronouns or defending the CIA. We kinda get some lovely things here. Why the fuck is Sapnap Trent? It's every fucking day, man. It's every fucking day. I'm legitimately convinced that the constant trending of Minecraft YouTube is in of itself a CIA psyop to make people go fucking insane. I'm legitimately convinced because it's fucking working. Jesus. I'm kidding, like what you like, but I'm gonna boop. Boop. Always make sure to tell Twitter what you want. So, our lovely friend Hans of Harkir here. I'm kind of covering the tweet with my chat, but Hans of Harkir is essentially saying, thing bad, abolish thing, build new thing that does the same job, but make it good. No, we can't reform old thing to do that. I'm very smart. So, what the hell is Sapnap? Sapnap is a modern Minecraft YouTube creator. Think of him like the Stampede Longnose of 2021, but for fatherless children. I'm kidding. So, bit of context for where this tweet is coming from. There has been some discourse about the CIA on Twitter, and it has basically boiled down to, in many ways, the CIA is not very good. And a lot of people are saying deconstruct the CIA. I'm in favor of deconstructing the CIA, which I'll get into later, but make sure to watch until that point. So, I responded. This is something I got personally involved in. I responded by saying, how do you propose we reform the CIA then? You can see me, I have my little festive Christmas hat. Look at me. I'm a festive pillow. So I respond by saying, how do you propose we reform the CIA then? Because it is very clear, just through what was generally going on Twitter at the time that he was talking about the CIA, he even liked a reply to my tweet. That reply saying, more honest and transparent. So I respond with saying, within the bounds of realism, because I don't see the CIA becoming more honest and transparent, if I'm being quite honest with you. So, Hans says, and what's your idea for a new agency that does accomplish these things? Which is something that I did answer in my reply down here, and I will continue to answer. And then he says, within the bounds of realism. And then he goes on to say, imagine being an abolish everything bad anarchist and still thinking you're the pragmatic one. Holy shit. I've said this before, and I'll say this again. Never in my life have I ever read anarchist theory. So, I feel like what happened here is Hans was looking at other Twitter lefties that may call themselves anarchist, and then said this little line out of a bit of unfettered rage at those Twitter lefties without considering the fact that, hey, maybe the person that he's directing that at might not be, a fucking anarchist, which I do not describe myself as an anarchist because I've never read anarchist theory, which I say as much here. I've legit never read anarchist theory. There you go. With that being said, abolish the current structure of the CIA and make it an agency which is strictly dedicated to intelligence, with no room for unwarranted regime change, or flooding communities with crack. We will get back to that one later. Or drugging people and watching them fuck. So, that is how that interaction went. Before we continue along with this glorious talk about the CIA, I think it's safe to say, after that nice little interaction, Um, lesson to be learned is don't assume the political beliefs of everyone that you're talking to on Twitter. Not everyone who wants to abolish the CIA, or thinks that the CIA cannot be reformed, is doing it because there are some anarchists. And by openly attacking someone on Twitter and treating them like an anarchist when they aren't, and automatically assuming that I had a stroke. Immediately assuming that they are an anarchist when they aren't, kinda makes you look a little like you're coming at your position not from a place of genuine belief, but as a response, as a reaction, not calling Hans a reactionary, but as a reaction to the politics of someone else, instead of people that you actively dislike, instead of actually considering their talking points. So, with that being said, here's my belief on why the CIA should be abolished and can't be reformed. So, tea break. The CIA is an organization which has consistently engaged in a lot of shady shit, to put it to the least, whether it be putting microphones and transmitters in kitty cats and sending them into the Kremlin to spy on Soviets. That is Operation Acoustic Kitty. Paying prostitutes to fuck people in San Francisco and then drugging them with psychoactive drugs and then watching them through a two-way mirror, Operation Midnight Climax, or the various times the CIA was involved in regime change and attempted coups and successful coups. Too many to fucking mention, if I'm being honest. Just look it up, man. The CIA has escaped its purview of what it should be as an intelligence agency and uses the privileges allotted to it as an intelligence agency to commit vast abuses. And these privileges that I'm talking about are specifically the fact that intelligence agencies do, and in my personal beliefs, should have the right to a bit of non-transparency, which are not allotted to them, which are not allotted to other parts of governments or other government organizations. Now, I'll say why I think that intelligence orgs shouldn't necessarily always have transparency, which is due to the fact that keeping certain intelligence under wraps can be important for national security. The issue is when these organizations take that right of non-transparency and fucking goes moon logic and starts watching people fuck on LSD. Yeah? Or starts doing very, very unethical things in other countries, like collapsing their nations whenever they elect a slightly left-leaning leader, or engaging in regime change, which is what I just mentioned, or again, sending cats into that one is really funny. I'll keep mentioning it because Acoustic Kitty and Midnight Climax are the funniest fucking shit ever. And it's also a testament to the fact that the CIA is in a current state where its power is extremely unchecked, and in my opinion, due to the way the current structure of the CIA is, if you were to reform it to a point where it literally only serves the function as an intelligence agency, which it should, the CIA would literally be unrecognizable to what it is right now. Which is why I am in support of abolition of the CIA and replacing it with an agency that is strictly dedicated to intelligence purposes. Not regime change, not crazy MK Ultra shit, not drugging people, not helping insurgents abroad for no fucking reason other than securing US interest in a country. I don't believe that a government organization should have that amount of unchecked power, and I especially believe that a government agency like that shouldn't be using the guise of an intelligence agency and the privileges allotted to an intelligence agency when it comes to a bit of leeway of being non-transparent to make those abuses of power. No government organization should be able to do that, which is why I say abolish the CIA. It isn't because I am, as our kind friend here says, it's not because I'm an abolish everything bad anarchist who thinks that I am the pragmatic one, like Hans says here. It's not because I'm an abolish everything anarchist. It's legitimately because I have thought through my position, which I'm not saying that anarchists haven't thought through their position, but it's because I've thought through my position and I've come to the realization that sometimes systems are so far gone that they cannot be reformed, or if you even try to approach reform, the only thing that could potentially reform these systems or these organizations is a complete overhaul to the point where you might as well not keep the fucking same thing. It's basically a ship of Theseus, what you would have to do, which of course the ship of Theseus isn't an actual fucking thing, but that's basically what you would have to do to the CIA to change it. You would have to replace pretty much every single bit and piece, and then you would only have the name. Which in that case, is it really the fucking CIA anymore? That is the question. So, keep in mind that if they have the privilege to not be transparent, they need to be responsible for their actions. Exactly. That is a very good point, Lord Pinch. So, with that being said, we're going to be moving on to our other boy of the night in concern to the CIA topic, our lovely, lovely friend, Hunter Avallone, where all of this sparked from. So, let us Yeah, there's been a little bit of a war between Hunter and Shieldhead. So, and it's been quite a memey one. So, brought up the crack epidemic earlier. Hunter Avallone has consistently said that the CIA has not spread crack into minority communities, etc., etc., etc. I'm fine with that. So, when addressing Hunter, in particular, on the topic of the CIA, I'm not going to bring that up. I will, however, if I can pull it up, bring up a laundry list of shit the CIA has done, labeled A to Z. So, let's talk about some shit. First, let's go to good old Twitter. So, you have shit about the crack epidemic, more shit about the crack epidemic. It seems like Hunter has been focusing on the crack epidemic, which is perfectly fine, because we can talk about other shit. Because, trust me, the CIA is like a content fucking farm when it comes to fucked up crazy shit. So, I have my headphones in, hopefully. They are connected to my laptop. Nope, they connected to my phone. That is really lame. Let me just exit out here. Oh, cool. So, checking, I'm gonna have to cut that out in editing. I fucking hate myself. Okay, let's talk about some CIA controversies. So, the following is a list of controversies involving the Central Intelligence Agency. Throughout its history, the CIA has been subject to a number of controversies, both at home and abroad. The Legacy of Ashes, the history of the CIA by Tim Weiner, accuses the CIA of covert actions and human rights abuses. Jeffrey T. Richardson of the National Security Archive has been critical of its claims. Intelligence expert David Wise faulted Weiner for portraying Alan Dulles as a doddering old man rather than a shrewd professional spy, and for refusing to concede that the agency's leaders may have acted on patriotic motives or that the CIA ever did anything right, but concluded Legacy of Ashes succeeds as both journalism and history, and it must be reading for anyone interested in the CIA or American intelligence since World War II. The CIA itself has responded to the claims made in Weiner's books, and has described it as a 600-page op-ed piece masquerading as serious history. That's the CIA for you. So, we have some glorious things here. Let's see what exactly the CIA has been engaged in. So, let's get some domestic wiretapping going over here. Let's do security failures. Human rights concerns. External investigations and document releases. Influencing the public opinion and law enforcement. What an intelligence agency should do. CIA's recruitment of Nazis. Getting spicy with this one. Drug trafficking, okay. And, we could do alleged lying to Congress or covert programs hidden from Congress. I'm gonna do that. One. Okay, domestic wiretapping. Main article, Project Mockingbird. Let's pull this one up. It was a wiretapping operation initiated by United States President John F. Kennedy to identify sources of government leaks by eavesdropping on communications of journalists. Eavesdropping on the communications of journalists, as any government organization meant to uphold the Constitution should do. Okay. In October 21, the Mill Center for Public Affairs published transcripts of secretly recorded conversations in the Oval Office during the summer of 1962 in which Kennedy took steps using the CIA to spy on Hanson Baldwin, the national security reporter for the New York Times. Baldwin had angered the president with an article in the 26th July 1962 issue of the New York Times that divulged classified information from a recent national intelligence estimate, including a comparison of the United States and the Soviet Union's nuclear arsenals and the Soviets' efforts to protect their intercontinental ballistic missile sites. According to declassified documents, the order for warrantless wiretaps came from the Director of Central Intelligence, John McCone, who coordinated with the United States Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy, United States Secretary of Defense McNamara, and Director of Defense Intelligence Joseph Carroll. The program was run by the Office of Security, headed by Sheffield Edwards. Okay, we're just getting a bunch of names. Hold up. Yeah. The CIA's investigations of newsmen to determine their sources of classified information stemmed from pressures from the White House and were partly a result of the FBI's unwillingness to undertake such investigations. The FBI refused to proceed without any advance opinion that the Justice Department would prosecute if cases were developed. They concluded the CIA has no authority to investigate newsmen simply because they have published leaked classified information. That is an abuse of power by the CIA. That is one of them. So, let's see another one. Down the list again. Security failures. On December 30th, 2009, a suicide attack occurred at the Forward Operating Base Chapman attack in the province of Khost, Afghanistan. 7 CIA officers, including the chief of the base, were killed and others seriously wounded in the attack. Let's see what this is in reference to. You know, actually, I may be criticizing the CIA, but I'm not even gonna. Being honest, I'm not even gonna go that hard into conspiracy bait. I'm not gonna do that. Sometimes links just fucking die, if I'm being honest with you, but that's pretty funny. Let me not drink so close to the microphone. Fuck, that's mostly like water now. Jesus. It tastes horrible. Okay. So it looks like we can't do that one. Let's go to... Oh god, human rights... Jesus. Fuck. Okay. That's the CIA, baby. The CIA has also been called into question for, at times, using torture, funding and training of groups and organizations that would later participate in the killing of civilians and other non-combatants, or would succeed to try and overthrowing democratically elected governments. Fun. Human experimentation and targeted killings and assassinations. The CIA has also been accused of a lack of financial and whistleblower controls, which has led to waste and fraud. During Bush's year in charge of the CIA, which they're talking about Bush Sr., beautiful fellow right here, very beautiful fellow right here, who's in the fucking ground as he should be. The U.S. national security... Listen. Kinda glad the fucker died. The U.S. national security apparatus actively supported Operation Condor operations and right-wing military dictatorships in Latin America. This is what a reformable agency can do. A reformable agency can absolutely support right-wing demagogues and dictatorships in Latin America. We can definitely reform that agency. Nothing going on there. Then Bush Sr. died. Yeah, he died back in I think he died in 2018 or 2019. We can check real quick. Rip Bozo, pack watch, motherfuckers. Hopefully that isn't fucking dead by the time I put this out. Official portrait. When the fuck did he die? Just give me... When did he die? Why was his nickname Skin? Okay, that's weird. Yeah, he died in 2018, aged 94. He was an old ass. Okay, let's get back to this. So, the agency by then had acknowledged that U.S.-backed Chilean dictator Pinochet, the guy famous for throwing people out of helicopters for having left-wing viewpoints, ordered the assassination of Mr. Orlando, a leading political opponent living in exile in the U.S. Isn't that fun? I remember in PE class when I was in middle school, they showed a live video of his funeral. Jesus fuck. I mean, I guess he was a U.S. president, so it makes sense for them to, like, show videos of the funeral, but at the same time, that's, like, that's rough. Okay. The Institute on Medicine as a profession and the non-profit organization scratching Open Society... We're doing scuffed streams today, man. Open Society Foundations reviewed the public records into the medical professions alleging complicity in the abuse of prisoners suspected of terrorism who were held in U.S. custody during the years after 9/11. The reports found that health professionals aided cruel and degrading interrogation, helped devise and implement practices designed to maximize disorientation and anxiety so as to make the detainees more malleable for interrogation. This is shit after 9/11. After 9/11. 9/11 happened 20 years ago. That isn't that long on a global time frame. And they've been doing this throughout the entirety of their existence. Torture, regime collapsing. The CIA has been consistently doing this. Okay? And participated in the application of excruciatingly painful methods of force feeding of mentally competent detainees carrying out on hunger strikes. Medical professionals were sometimes used as black sites to monitor detainee health. Black sites, secret CIA prisons, fun. Other human rights issues that are controversial include the case of Edward Snowden. Everyone should know the case of Edward Snowden, so I'm not necessarily going to go too deep into that one. Yep. All down here is Snowden stuff. Furthermore, the leaks included documents at many levels of the National Security Agency, NSA, electronic surveillance activities. The Snowden leaks have generated broad public debate over issues of security, privacy, yada yada yada, yada yada yada. So that's just the human rights concerns section. Main article, human rights violations by the CIA. Okay. Wikipedia, I'm sorry, I'm broke too, I can't do it. Okay. Let's just go down the table of contents, man. Training in support of death squads, torture and rendition, torture techniques, enhanced interrogation techniques, waterboarding, finding of war crimes culpability, training in torture, rendition and disappearance, 2000 status of ghost detainees, police training, whole lot of shit, human experimentation, Rockefeller Commission, let's toss that up there, that might be fun, assassinations and targeted killing, assassinations, Castro, DM, Lumumba, Madawi, Trujillo, Sukarno, Nicaragua. Training in support of death squads, we talked about. Well, no, we didn't talk about that. CIA has been involved in the support of and training of death squads that suppressed dissent against U.S.-backed right-wing dictatorships in Latin America. We can reform this, people. We can absolutely reform this, according to some people. Absolutely reform this. Snowden is the hero of the people. True, Snowden is a fucking based god. Indeed. It may be the fullest... Hold up. Much of his account was confirmed by 3 American and 2 Honduran officials. It may be the fullest given of how many army and police units were authorized to organize death squads that seized, interrogated, and killed suspected socialists. We can apparently reform this. We can apparently, according to some people, we can apparently reform this shit. An organization that has consistently engaged in these human rights abuses, we can apparently reform it. That's what we can apparently fucking do. And it's insane how little oversight and limits the CIA was able to operate, and that's the inherent issue. That's my wallpaper. I like the Owl House. It's art by Dana Terrace herself. I like the Owl House. But that is the thing that I am trying to hold the point home with. An organization like the CIA has consistently engaged in these human rights abuses, has consistently engaged in these civil rights abuses, in regime change, in political, what the fuck is the word for it? In political suppression. The CIA has consistently engaged in this, and to say that an organization that has consistently engaged in this behavior is in a state where it can be reformed is idiotic. The CIA, inherent to its core, the CIA is an organization that has been against reform, that has been against nations taking the reins of their own political systems and engaging in self-determination. The CIA has been an organization that has tortured people, that has authorized and trained death squads, that has collapsed regimes and put in right-wing dictators who were favorable to the United States, who were favorable to keeping the status quo for the United States. The CIA, in its very core, is against change. The CIA, to its very core, has fought against change. It has mobilized itself against change. It has killed against change. The CIA is not an organization that can be reformed, and the fact that it has so little oversight is what makes it so dangerous. The CIA uses its guise as an intelligence organization, and whatever leeway is given to it as an intelligence organization, in the form of being able to get away with a lack of transparency, to do these abuses, which is why I'm saying this. I want to abolish the CIA, because baked into the CIA's core is this agitation against change, is this agitation against reform. And I think to abolish the CIA is the only way that you can get at reforming it. Because if something is baked in this deep to the core of this organization, it isn't going to be able to be reformed. You have to tear it down from the inside out and then rebuild something new. That is what I'm trying to get at. Fuck the CIA. Absolutely fuck the CIA. With that being said, I didn't expect to be this explosive with it, but we are 34 minutes into this segment. I never expected that to happen. The Dutch intelligence agency, AIVD, does it pretty well, I think. It seems to be a good model. I might have to do that as a different segment sometime here soon, hopefully. I want to move on to fun George Carlin shit, because I have talked a lot this time, and I kind of want to do some react Andy, respond Andy shit. But, like I said earlier, thank you for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon. Links to my Twitter and Discord in the description. Like I said earlier at the beginning of this video, if you want to debate me, feel free to DM me on Twitter, send in a DM request, or you can join my Discord and put it in Debate a Pillow submissions. I will get back to you, I will look at it, and I will message you if you do choose to do so, because I do want to talk about the topic of the CIA, because this is something that I feel very passionate about, if you saw earlier. With that being said, if you liked the video, like I said earlier, like it, subscribe, maybe. I'm trying to grow a little bit here. I like the streaming thing. I want to make it a bit more sustainable. And with that being said, thank you for watching the video. That was a fucking segment, children. I never expected me to get that heated over the CIA, but there's just something about reading all of the abuses that the CIA has done that kind of makes you a little tingy inside, little tingy inside, man. So, how the fuck are the 3 people who are watching stream? How are y'all doing today? It said the link is invalid? Ah, fuck, the link might have expired. I'll post a new link in chat. Good? That's good. If my Discord will load on my computer, because fuck. Poob, could you potentially post the link in chat? Because I feel like if I open my YouTube, like my live stream on my laptop, I might accidentally crash the shit, because as established earlier, thank you, Poob. Thank you. Hey, I remember you from Zanchat. Yes, I am. I am indeed from Zanchat. I am an admin in Zan server, which is worse, significantly worse than being a mod. But you know what? I'm fine with it. I'm perfectly fine with it, because I get not really to do a lot, but I do things. I said do. You're a YouTube mod. Based. Also, is it just me or is the delay insane? Oh yeah, no. The delay between chat coming up on my screen right here and me responding to it and then y'all like hearing the response is like a while. That's something that should hopefully be fixed by the time I get a new laptop, which would be around Christmas, so about 15 days. Okay. That's fun. Pretty much 14 days since this day's pretty much almost over. Put it on 2x speed, Megamania. Oh yeah. Okay. So. Ooh. That was a fun little segment, I think. I think I did good on that. So, next we will be covering a beautiful... I posted it in the Discord earlier of a glorious image which sadly got reposted by Right Wing Cope, I believe. Because I bet it's gonna become like a topic of stream, and now I'm gonna get like accused of I don't know, like copying another fucking live streamer, which hopefully I don't. Being a white name in Zan chat, listen. Hey, Lord Pench, if I ever get a lot of money, I will actively try to fucking gift sub you. I will refuse to let you be a fucking white name in chat. I don't fucking like white names in my my experience watching Xander All's chat. It's fucking annoying. You people are degenerates, all of you. All of you. Okay. There we go. Yeah. So, I think it's high time we start another segment, and then let's say I have to wake up really early in the morning, so I was gonna say I could maybe like try to get in a game of Fortnite, but honestly if I do, I'm probably gonna like die halfway through, as in like I will legit... Jesus fuck, why is my leg so itchy? I will legitimately like have a fucking stroke halfway through. And like crash and burn on my fucking face. So I can't do that. But Poob, if you want to tomorrow, as long as it's like before 4 p.m. Well, honestly 3 p.m. like Eastern Standard Time, then I'll be good. So that's gonna be like noon for you, I believe, because I have to go to work at 4. And then Sunday I'm working 10 to 6, so that's gonna be really scuffed. I'll make you win your first game. I hope it happens. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Jesus. I think it's high time for another segment. You won't be the first to try to take a white name from me. You will have it be taken from you. Okay. I think it's about high time to start another segment. So get your high YouTubes ready. I'll wake up a little early to play with you. Do not do that. Please do not. Honestly, because I have to go to a different... Okay. So it's going to be, I'm going down there. That's going to be that's like a 2-hour trip there and back. Because America. 2-hour trip there and back. And then I might be sitting in the barber shop for like a few... Honestly, I would not bank on being able to play Fortnite with me in the afternoon. If it does happen, it's going to be like in the evening. So, just DM me on Discord, regardless of if I'm online or not. Okay, I'll try. Everyone, get your high YouTubes ready. Just let me know when you're ready. We'll do. Your high YouTubes. Let us get them. Jeez, why do I keep desyncing? Or is that just like... It's like the quality on... Yeah, no, the quality on my desktop is just like really bad, and it's making... No, it's not the quality of the desktop. It's legit. Oh! No, I look... I don't look amazing. But I don't look completely bad. That is so annoying. Okay, I poop too. Yes, indeed. Okay. We love our conservative friends. So last night, it was either last night or the night before. I'm pretty sure it was last night. I was on Instagram watching some Instagram stories, and an artist that I follow named Scooty, whatever. They do good art. Very very good art. I was looking through their Instagram story. They post quite a bit on there, and I saw a very particular image, and when I saw it, I made my own Instagram story laughing at it because it was fucking hysterical. What's your Instagram? Honestly, I need to reform my Instagram right now because right now it is like really personal, and I feel like if I were to spread it out there, it might lead to like some doxerinos, which is something that I do not want to do. But once I do manage to get it reformed, then I'll probably like spread it out there. But like, I have a bunch of people I go to school with following me, and then those people, of course, have like our school's fucking like initials, and then like their fucking graduating year in their bio because we're all fucking robots for some reason. And you know, if I expose myself like that, then I'm not trying to get doxxed, okay? But I will try to make like a separate like YouTube a pillow Instagram, and then maybe get that going for me. With that being said, back to the topic off of that little tirade tangent. That's fine. I saw a very funny image shared by this person from this artist, which has skyrocketed to a 12 no, not 7,000, not 12,000, a 7,000 like tweet by our good friends, who I do not know, I just call everyone friends, over at Right Wing Cope. Give them a follow. Right Wing Cope is really cool. It is this glorious image, and when I saw it, I thought the artist might have been doing it in jest. I looked more at the artist. Is that a fucking bot in chat? It better not be a fucking bot in chat, because I've already seen like another person do like, yeah, I think that might be a bot. The Caitlin Gibbs. You know, fucking leave him. It might look. Wait, what the? Hold up. Did I reform my chat to? No, I didn't. It's just being weirdly colored. Okay, I'm straight, but this image is giving me feelings. Yeah, I feel you. So, let's take a look at this. The world is lost. Please, Jesus, come back. And then you have two little imp demons right here saying you're racist. Segregation. LGBTQ. Conform. BLM. Sit down and shut up. We have a evil little needle. Bigot. Sexist. White supremacist. The government will take care of. I'm assuming that says the government will take care of you. God is dead. Abortion is good. Do as you're told. Wear a mask. And we see a very dejected person tied up, getting bidened by these two evil imp hands, being shirtless, chained up. And as you can see, it is dated 12 something 21. This is current year. So indeed, they're so oppressed because check notes gay people exist. So true. So I bet you can tell today we will be talking about the conservative victim complex, and we will be using this as a hopping off point to talk about that. So, one piece of rhetoric that you will see consistently used by conservatives is that they are being victimized in some way, which is not necessarily by accident. It is very well known that conservatives will very often co-opt the language of left-wing people, or people legitimately being oppressed who aren't necessarily always left-wing, but they will co-opt the optics of being oppressed in order to promote their viewpoints. They will claim that the West is under attack, or that traditional family values are under attack. It is currently Christmas season. The war on Christmas is a very good example of this. H-Bomber Guy made a very good video on the war on Christmas and debunking that. I suggest that everyone go give it a watch. The fact of the matter is, conservatives will co-opt the appearance of being oppressed, when in all actuality, what the fuck is going on my screen? What? Microsoft Edge, no one fucking opened you. Jesus. Stop. That's why no one fucking likes you, Microsoft Edge. I lightly hovered over the fucking icon, and then it just decided to, I'm gonna open on you because I'm Microsoft Edge, and Microsoft decided to put me on your fucking taskbar, and you have yet to remove me. Fuck you, Microsoft Edge. Fucking assholes. Get off. Leave. Get off my taskbar. Fucking assholes. Jesus. Okay. But again, the war on Christmas is a very good example of this. Conservatives will often co-opt rhetoric of being oppressed in order to promote their shitty viewpoints. And I think that this lovely little image we have here is a very good example of this. So, this particular bit right here, the bigot bit, is pretty funny when you consider what it's juxtaposed by. I would do a paint stream right now, but I don't want to download this in, and honestly, if I can find a way to import this into paint. Hey kids, we might be doing a fucking paint stream today. Hold up now. Can I download this image? Can I right click save? Okay, hold up. Save image as Bob. Save. Hold up. And then how do I don't use Microsoft Paint. File, open, or can I legit just hold up, drag and drop, hold up, Bob, boot, just a fuck ton of boot, search system 30, oh no, let me not do that. Bob, yes, open, yes, thank you. Oh, fuck, okay, okay, we're doing a paint stream today, boys and girls, and those not within. Fuck, what did I do? No, select, select, please, can I? Okay. I'm gonna have to cut this out. I'm making the editing work significantly harder for me, and I do not like the fact that I am doing that. Okay, and then I can just whoop, boop, and then can I move this? And there we go. That's how you fucking do it. That's how you fucking do it. Okay. So, let's do some things that are a bit incongruent with each other on baby's first paint stream. God is between you and God early, not for capitalism and church exploitation. True. And we will be talking about that a little later whenever we get to our kind friend George Carlin. Okay, so let's do some things. If I can get a highlighter. Do we have a highlighter brush? Please tell me we do. Is this a highlighter? No, this is a wait, can I? Hey, it's a highlighter. Yeah. Microsoft, stop being difficult. So, the main thing I want to focus on here is the glorious bigot bit that we have right here. So, let me go ahead and highlight some things that I think is kind of rooted in maybe a little bit of bigotry as things. Okay, so man is saying, or woman, or non-binary person, we don't assume, even for chuds, person is saying, this world is lost. Please, Jesus, come back soon. So that is what we're getting here. So let's see some things about why this person is saying the world is lost, in particular related to bigotry. So we have saying that queer people means the world is lost. That's always fun. Saying that people saying no one is saying that abortion is good. Everyone is just saying that people should have a right to an abortion. Except for me, I believe that I am pro-abortion. I think that we should abort every fucking fetus, against everyone's will, indeed. So, and BLM over here, which I would say being against BLM, in most cases, at least if you're coming from it from a perspective of whatever the fuck this bullshit is probably rooted and maybe just a tiny bit of bigotry against black people, especially since this person has apparently been called a white supremacist before, so we'll see what we do with that. So, let's get into this. Big bigotry right here is stating that queer people are part of the world being lost. I think it's pretty safe to say that for the bigot card, which we will do right here, this is the bigot card, we are going to put a nice little letter B right here to put it down. I think it's pretty safe to say that being against queer people or claiming that queer people, yes, I am very clear, that queer people are wrong with the world is pretty 1-1 for the bigotry bit. Saying that abortion is good. Also, this person has also apparently been called a sexist, so I mean, okay. The notion that anyone is saying that abortion is good is idiotic, as stated earlier. No one is saying that abortion is good. We're just saying that people should have a right to an abortion, and that abortion isn't bad. Saying that something isn't bad isn't necessarily saying that it's good. You could always be saying that it's morally neutral. I got jokes. So, with that being said, I would say anyone saying that, people stating that abortion should be allowed is wrong with the world, is rooted in a bit of misogynistic sentiment, and rooted in, the idea that people shouldn't have a right to an abortion. So I would say that does square in pretty well with the bigot card. It also squares in with the sexist card, which again apparently this person has been called before. BLM. This one gets a little into the weeds. Although, looking at the segregation thing, this can either have to do with vaccines or BLM, so I'm just gonna put this in a nice little pink coloration. And because anti-vaccine advocates have been going at a very fucking weird route when it comes to beliefs in, like, segregation of against, like, people against vaccines and shit. So, we also get, with the topic of BLM, why people don't support BLM. A lot of people don't support BLM due to misinformation about it. As we all know, BLM was overwhelmingly peaceful. I believe it was somewhere around 93% peaceful. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Be skeptical of us versus them rhetoric. Always be skeptical of us versus them rhetoric. A lot of it is always conspiratorial, which is why, like Lord Pinch says, which is exactly why, in my humble opinion, whenever I do go after certain conservative figures, whether it be now or in the future, it's usually because these people have engaged in us versus them rhetoric first and are using it to a much more damaging extent. I think that when it comes to the issue of conservatives, we should try to be bringing them over. We shouldn't be alienating them when it comes to a victim complex. This issue in particular, though, I think going into the... I don't think this is necessarily us versus them. I think this is more so an example of what us versus them rhetoric can do to a motherfucker. So, yeah, 93% peaceful BLM was. So when it comes to Jesus, that is really fucking late. Christ. I'm gonna get that fixed. But a lot of the rhetoric around BLM is calling it a dangerous movement of rioters that have burned down cities. A lot of very interesting rhetoric surrounds the argument against BLM. And BLM inherently is arguing that Black Lives Matter. It's in the fucking name. And that, you know, black people shouldn't be subjected to, say, police violence, and that there should be police reform, and that there should, in my opinion, also be reform in some systems that may negatively affect black people, whether it be the education system, which Geeky Lesbian did give us a lovely article and stream suggestions from USA Today, which I was not able to read because that was a premium article, unfortunately. But it had something to do with math and that, and I'll see if I can't find something involving that and see if that might be a stream topic for the future, but that does sound cool. If you want to give me stream suggestions, join the Discord below. But in concern to BLM, that rhetoric surrounding it and going against it can honestly go either way, but considering the other things that we have here in concern to vaccine shit, which I will be highlighting in... That's a bad color. What's a good color? Give me a good color. Red. I could do like the annoying red arrow thing that people do on YouTube. I was about to use the N-word instead of people. But I can do that because I'm black. So, I'll just highlight it. Okay. So, it's a YouTube problem. Chat is always quite delayed. That's unfortunate. Hey, hopefully I can get a website soon enough, but I can only get a website if I get big, so make sure to share these streams and these segments whenever they come out. Okay. So, I'm going to put the BLM section considering the other shit that we get here. I'm also going to put that in a bit of fucking bigotry right here. Let's also take a good look at our glorious friend, the big V, vaccine misinformation. Wear a mask. Yes, the world is wrong because people are telling you to wear a mask during a pandemic. That is one in victim complex concerns. A evil needle. Evil needle. You know, needles can be evil. And needles can also spur very good songs. Which I'm wearing the shirt of a band that made a very good song. It is a System of a Down Toxicity shirt. System of a Down is my favorite band of all time. They have a glorious song on this album right here, Toxicity. called Needles, which I will not sing because I cannot sing. I'm sitting in my room. I lied. With a needle in my hand, is waiting for every turn of a dying man. Hopefully that was annoying enough for you. So, needles. Big scary needles. That's another thing in vaccine misinformation. Shots really don't hurt that much. It's literally just in and out, and then you're over with. They really don't hurt. Okay. And then the government will take care of you, I'm assuming. That can either be like just a general rightoid sentiment or vaccine shit. I feel like that has to do with vaccine shit, but not strongly enough to where I would put it under vaccine misinformation. So, System of a Down is a pretty cool band. They are a very cool band. I've listened. Listen, if this might be a game I could play on stream one day where I could like call in someone and we could do like a nice little game, and it could literally be like someone reading out System of a Down lyrics and me like getting it immediately off the top of my head. I fucking love System of a Down. Like I fucking love System. But with that being said, here's why this glorious bit of conservative victim complex is a little fucking funny and very, very, very fucking scuffed. The notion that people going against your bigotries or your idiotic viewpoints on a topic of very widely agreed upon science makes you a victim of some kind, or makes you silenced, or that oh my god, look at it, the mask, it's stitched on his face, I'm gonna say his because person is shirtless, and as we all know, our kind friends the conservative Christians are not very amicable towards breasts not held in Papa Trump's hands. Look, the mask, it's stitched on his face. He seems so confused. He's so confused. So fucking confused. And he's tied up and chained. And the demons. Wait, I can't do an Alex Jones. Can I do a Jordan? No, that is not anywhere close to Jordan Peterson. I'll just use my regular voice. Yeah, but the fucking demons, it's filling him up like fucking Biden. It's filling him up like Biden. It's giving him that nice little fucking shoulder massage right there, dude. A nice little fucking shoulder massage. And then he's chained up and shirtless. Oh my god. It's so evil. It's so evil, and he's being called all of these horrible things and told to do all of these horrible things by these evil fucking demons. All of these horrible things that are going on with this lovely person in the picture are legit tribe. Okay. Hold up. I gotta get it nasally. Okay. The idea that any of these things are even intrinsically tied to even a bit of I can't do it. Jesus. I haven't had enough water. I can't do a bunch of hair impression right now. I'm sorry. I can do a pretty good one if I speak like this sometimes, but if I'm being honest with you, I always get told that I'm not nasally enough, which is kind of ridiculous if you ask me, but fuck it. We're leaving this in. This is kind of a meme segment anyways. Meme segment, but it does have a bit of seriousness, and then we're gonna get into a nice little last one, and then we're gonna end. But oh god. Oh fuck my back. Oh fuck my back. Oh god. The left did this to me. No, but for real, I'm not even memeing right now. That shit hurts. Oh fuck. Oh god, I kind of want to laugh, but oh fuck. Okay. Fuck. Jesus. Okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Fuck. That hurt. That hurt. I don't know what the fuck happened, but that hurt. God, fuck me. Okay. You see, this is the secret of leftism. When we don't take our adrenochrome, we get very, very fucking hurt. And now I'm not going to bend over to my mic anymore. And now I'm just going to hold it like this for the rest of the stream. Fuck, that hurt. I'm too young to have that happen to me, man. Jesus. That reaction was, you're fine for laughing at it. Ow. The real question is, should I leave this in or take it out? That's the real fucking question. I think I'm gonna leave it. Nah, I think I'm gonna, like, cut it out and do, like, a little outtake, like a pillow. You see, this entire back pain was an operation by the satanic globalist, like Lord Pinch says. It was an operation by the satanic globalist to make a pillow feel pain, to stop him from exposing the crimes of the left. This is exactly what this was. Okay. Fuck me, man. That really fucking hurt. That really fucking... Shut up, Bertie Bort. I'm not a boomer. Ow. Fuck me. Leave it in? Okay. I guess I'll just, like, have a timestamp, like, pop up in screen and put one in, like, the description. Jesus. Fuck, that hurt. Okay. Where was I? Okay. The idea that, people actively combating your bigotries is in of itself an attack against you is one of the things. I'll take it out, yeah. I think what I might end up doing... Fuck, I keep getting stun locked. Okay. Let's just restart that. The idea that people, going against your bigotries is in of itself a form of attack against you is idiotic. It's absolutely idiotic. And the thing about that, the thing about this is that this is a conversation topic that conservatives constantly use, as stated earlier, that conservatives constantly use to promote their bullshit. Because at the end of the day, victim complexes and actual victimhood are really good at promoting your side of the story. And with conservatives being able to take any false victimhood status that they want and tack it onto themselves, they make themselves seem like they're being attacked, when in all actuality, they themselves are the aggressors. With that being said, this lovely little image right here is a very nice meme. Very nice meme. I like it quite a lot. Do not harass the artists that made this, because at the end of the day, they are someone who has, in of themselves, been indoctrinated by this victim complex. I know, fuck off, sticky keys. I know what this is like, because I myself was once indoctrinated into the right. I even have a fucking MAGA hat. And I know what this idea of right victimhood can do to someone. So don't attack the artist. I just think we ought to cover exactly what these kinds of images are birthed from. With that being said, if you liked the video, please drop a like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you know whenever I upload videos or whenever I stream. If you really want to know whenever I stream or you want to talk to me occasionally, join my Discord. It's free, and it's in the description, and you also get to participate in Scuffed Media Share, which we probably won't be doing tonight on account of the fact that I just did some boomer stuff in concern to my back. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, please do. Links in the description. If you ever want to debate me, DM me there. Or you can put a message and debate a pillow submissions in my Discord server. Again, links in the description. With that being said, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Ow. Bro. The fuck just... Like, I literally just moved in this direction, and then I just felt, like, the mid-side of my vertebrae and, like, my fucking rib just, like... Fuck me, man. That shit hurted. Damn, glad you got out of there. Into the right side. True indeed. I'm really glad that I managed. Why the fuck is this not giving me like my full chat? Like, I want to see all of my chat, please. Okay, thank you, YouTube. Jesus. When can you make me editor? I legitimately have no ability to pay you right now because I legally cannot have a PayPal on account of not being 18. But I think once I do start getting into content creation, and once I get to like enough viewership to where I could, you don't want money, then I could probably do that coming up sometime here soon. But just have it be known that if I get to a point where I do start making a bit of money off of YouTube, I will absolutely find a way to pay you because I feel really bad not compensating people for shit. Like, I had a coworker of mine, really cool fucking dude. I left my wallet at home, and I couldn't get, like, lunch for my lunch break. And then he just gave me a $10 bill, and he said, dude, you don't have to pay me back. And literally, like, the next day, I came in, and I work at a grocery store. So I went up to his register, and I said, hey, like, can you split this 20 into 2 10s for me? And then he did, and then I just said, keep one of the 10s, and he said, you really don't have to pay me back, and I said, fuck it. I can't, like, I can't not compensate people. It just weighs weird on my conscience. Okay. So, thankfully, the next segment is not too talk intensive. So while I get that up, I just want to see what is everyone's opinion on the late great George Carlin. Jesus, my Marxist quiz was 11 days ago? Fuck, I need to get better on segment uploading. Jesus. Oh shit, Demon Mama's live. Nice. You like based. George Carlin was based. Okay, so it was... Okay, Friars, George Carlin. I'm gonna go up and get myself a water bottle. I will be right back. George Carlin was a stand-up comedian who was... Listen, George Carlin was a stand-up comedian who, was relatively progressive, if not left-leaning. And he, like, consistently shat on conservatives and religious abuse, etc., etc., etc. But yeah, he was legitimately, like, George Carlin was not a fucking chud. Just a bunch of chuds utilize him to, like, promote their ideology. But as it stands, George Carlin and his comedy was legitimately really... I just got a phone notification. Where's my... Fuck me. Okay. I think my back's feeling a little better, but that shit hurted. But George Carlin was legitimately, like, a really cool fucking... Yeah, the first... True. Carlin wrote all theory. That is very true. But, yeah, Carlin was a really cool fucking dude. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go get me some water, and I'll be right back. So, share stream. Cherry the chairman is my fuck me. Is the chair. Indeed. Let me also mute my audio. Hassan moment. Please stay. I'm back. If you want to ground me, feel free to. Trust me, I've watched Lord of the Rings with Zan. If you want to ground me, I'm perfectly fine with it. Listen, I was the one who added ground to Zan's chat. So, if you want to ground me, that's great. That's fine by me. YouTube chat is shit compared to the site chats? Absolutely. Only issue is, I do not have a website. But trust me, the moment I get a website, it's gonna be beautiful. Also, put on a robe because it's a little cold. Just a little cold, and I got a nice little water bottle. Ah, fuck, that's class. That is primo. That's great. Okay. Let me move this off camera. This looks bad. Okay. So. Get your high YouTubes ready, everyone. Go ahead and get them out there. Get them out there. Come on, get them out there. Get them out there. I'm not hitting record until we get them out there. I can't do it. YouTube. Looking nice today. So, everyone. Not everyone. Most people into stand-up comedy have heard of a very famous, very great, and sadly late comedian, George Carlin. George Carlin was a man who spoke often about politics in a relatively left-wing way and was always a comedian who punched up. George Carlin very consistently punched up against oppressive systems, whether it be homophobia, sexism, racism, or religious abuse, we'll be covering religious abuse specifically today, while also being relatively funny when it comes to most topics in the way he covered them. So, today, in particular, I will be talking about a nice little video that I got in my recommended. But first, I have to connect my Bluetooth headphones. These are not Raycons. These are Sony WF-1000 XM3s. They cost me a good 3 paychecks worth of money, but you know what? It was worth it because these are noise canceling. And you need noise canceling earbuds whenever you go to fucking high school. So, let me go ahead and get these connected in. Okay, we got these connected. And then let me go ahead, bring us over to the video. We're doing a comfy stream tonight. My face when they don't show the chat emotes, that is very lame that they don't do that. Okay. Wait, no, fuck, that's my OBS. Jesus. Okay. Are you single and Christian? Hello, everyone. My name is Kristen, and I am a makeup artist. Hello, Kristen. Okay. So, let me give you some backstory on this channel. I found I'm not punching down in any way. They have 106,000 subscribers. Must be fucking nice. Let me tell you a bit about this video. So, I found this video right before I started streaming. And it is two, I believe friars are Catholic. Two Catholic friars, responding to George Carlin's, very famous segment on religion being bullshit. And when this video first popped up on my recommended, I went, oh shit, that's a little funny, little iffy, a little stinky, a little poopy, a little I'm gonna be quiet now, I'm gonna stop now. That is what I'm gonna do. And it was, honestly, a lot of the rhetoric that they immediately use at the beginning of the video that made me first try to get Zan to react to this on stream because I thought he was going to do a decent job at it. He didn't want to. Well, he never responded, which is fine by me because guess what? I get to do it now, motherfuckers, because I have my own stream up. I get to give my input. Also, he is not required to cover everything at all. So, with that being said, we're going to immediately get into this. I will be talking about religious abuse and religious trauma in this, so if you are sensitive to that, feel free to exit stream or exit video. I'm perfectly fine with that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get this shit playing. Let me first, however, unmute my desktop audio, because otherwise you people will not be able to hear it. Okay. Let's get her done. Hey, Pillow, not to get you off topic, but is it just me? Yes, there have been more Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh ads. They are very annoying. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this.
So to get around a lot of this, I decided to worship the sun. But, as I said, I don't pray to the sun. You know who I pray to?
And yes, they are dressed
Joe
like
Pesci.
people from Star Wars. Our trendy Catholic friars. Please tell me if the audio's bad.
Wait, that's me, Father Casey. Nice to meet you.
I'm Father Patrick.
And this is Upon Friar Review.
Indeed.
We are back! Woo! Woo-hoo. Father Patrick, we have got a troubling episode today.
Oh, that's a bad combination because we're filming in the morning and I'm extra grumpy in the morning.
Oh, no. We're going to look at a grumpy man himself, a very hurt man. It's a clip that I've seen a few times. A lot of you have recommended it, and I think it's quintessential what we hope to do here on Upon Friar Review, where it's not all fun and games. What we want to do is engage culture and what people say about us and say, where's the truth? Where isn't the truth? So we're going to...
So, immediately, if anyone could tell, there is a bit of a impropriety in their language here that you will see consistently throughout this video.
No, we're going to look at a grumpy man himself, a very hurt man.
And that is where it is. It is in the calling of... Hold up. scratching. I'm not Nick Fuentes. Scratching. Yeah, and now I'm using my thumb. That was my index that I used for nose. Now I'm using my thumb to do up here. And right there. I'm itchy. I'm an itchy boy. But yeah, the issue is the rhetoric of calling people herd. And this is something that a lot of religious organizations will use to decry, Christians especially, will use to decry their detractors. They will call them hurt people. Which I will cover, which I'll get into a little later if you stick around. But to basically put in short why they do that, which I will expand on further, by calling the people who dissent against you hurt, you are basically pitting any critiques they have at you as coming from a place of malice, or coming from a place of anger, or coming from a place of being hurt. And by doing that, you're immediately invalidating what they have to say to you, and you're basically pitting yourself as someone who is at the end of someone's rage, someone's unwarranted rage against you, or slightly warranted rage, but far out of proportion rage. Pay attention to this as we go through the video. They will use this consistently. I will be speeding up the video because this is 35 minutes long, and I'm not trying to watch all of this shit. So, let's go ahead and get in this.
It's we are back. Woo. Father Patrick, we have got a troubling episode today.
Oh, that's a bad combination because we're filming in the morning and I'm extra grumpy in the morning.
Tell me if it's too
We're gonna look at a
fast.
grumpy man himself, a very hurt man. It's a clip that I've seen a few times. A lot of you have recommended it, and I think it's quintessential what we hope to do here on Upon Fire Review, where it's not all fun and games. What we want to do is engage its culture and what people say about us and say, where's the truth? Where isn't the truth? So what we're going to watch today is a stand-up routine from George Carlin.
Ooh.
George Carlin, notorious atheist, may he rest in peace, a man who used to be Catholic, a lot of animosity, a lot of anger towards the church, and so he has this...
A lot of animosity, a lot of anger towards the church. Doing it again. The whole... Anyone who speaks out against us, especially if they used to be a part of our organization, are only doing it because they hate us, not because they have legitimate critique.
This stand-up routine. I only call it comedy act, but...
Stay mad. Jeez. Oh my...
But he kind of makes fun of the church.
He's a wicked cusser.
Yeah, so we're going to try to cut out all
A
the
wicked
cussing.
cusser. Wait. A wicked cusser. Yes, he cusses a lot. And in the name of George Carlin's cussing, I got a nice little bit for you that George Carlin did. Rat shit, bat shit, dirty old twat. 69 assholes tied in a knot. Hooray, lizard shit, fuck. I'm not going to make it any easy for people who do not like cussing because this is a pillow stream and we're covering George Carlin. And hey. I mean, hey, part of, if these people in these videos see this, I mean, I guess part of religion is sometimes having to deal with sinners and wicked cusses, as the man in the video said, so hopefully you can get through this, response good if you do watch this. So, let's go.
But just so you know, it's going to be a little hard to watch at times, so viewer discretion is advised, but we're going to do our best to try to bring
Viewer
it to it.
discretion,
I think it's
someone
important for
speaking
us
his
to
mind.
listen all across the board
Yeah.
and see where there's pieces of truth. But this man is obviously very, very hurt, particularly by the church or its ideas, and so we want to take on that too.
Very,
There we go.
very hurt.
Religion has
again.
actually convinced people that there's an invisible...
Wait. Let me slow this down because George Carlin's comedy did have a lot to do with his timing. His timing was very key to his comedy. I don't want to fuck that up.
And religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you.
All right.
So we've started out mild.
Also,
summary
something that I
loves
noticed
you.
earlier when I rewatched this video. Watch this.
You to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you.
That jump cut. Pillow, didn't a sermon once say, "Thou shalt not sieve or mauled"? True. Very true. Good Catholics should know to appreciate pain and hardship. True. But yeah, look at that sneaky ass fucking jump cut. They tried to act like they didn't fucking laugh at it. Look at this. Look at this, like a smug little chuckle. They tried to act like, look at that fucking jump cut.
To live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you.
All right.
You can't hide from me. I have studied every single form of edit jutsu as a fucking zoomer on the internet. I know all of your fucking tricks, and being honest, that was a very boomer fucking jump cut. Like if you're gonna make your jump cuts, at least make them, like, throughout your video to make it not fucking jarring. Like, do a Philip DeFranco. I like Philip DeFranco. But do like a Philip DeFranco. Why did they have to cut out their laughter? I'll tell you why they had to cut out their laughter. They had to cut out their laughter because if they were seen actively laughing to that fucking video, and to that very good joke, very well-timed joke, if they saw themselves laughing to that very well-timed joke, they would immediately lose their legitimacy because they're laughing at a hurt man's interpretation of the Catholic Church, or a hurt man's interpretation of Christianity. The fact that they cut that out is tantamount to that fact. They want to dictate what other people do, and they want to dictate what other people can say, and call them hurt whenever they don't necessarily agree with their religion, but whenever something like an impropriety in their religion, or like an inconsistency in their religion, such as God being all-loving but also sending people to hell, whenever someone points that out in a comedic fashion, they can't let that be seen by their 106,000 subscribers, because that would invalidate the shit that they're trying to do. That's exactly why they had to cut out their laughter right there. Yeah, the guy on the right smile says it all. Absolutely. We can see we know Vosh is bad and how jump cuts are cringe when used wrong. Absolutely.
So we've started out mild.
Vosh
So
bad.
summary of faith here.
Yeah, gosh, the judgment. I find it very hard to believe that someone so rational and intellectual as he is, he thinks constantly thinking through things, picks up on all these minutiae and details, wouldn't get the idea that there is in fact good and evil, and that evil is a punishment in itself, and that you could frankly go that way all the time, and that there's a call by a good loving God to do good. Stick with that. I find it hard to believe.
Again, this particular critique of George Carlin is pretty much insulting his intelligence. They're saying, yes, you're a very intelligent man, but you made this very one important oversight in concern to religion. You think through a lot of things, you very clearly think through a lot of things, but you forgot this one little thing, Sweaty. This is something that, people who engage in, say, religious abuse, or maybe even a bit of gaslighting, may do. They'll say, hey, you're really smart. You're a really smart person. But you forgot this one little thing. This one little thing, you forgot. And you're a smart person. But you forgot this one little thing. They'll do this. They will do this. What you will see throughout this video is that these people will constantly engage in these little pot shots at George Carlin and act like he's a horrible person for not agreeing with their interpretation of religion. That is one thing that they will consistently do throughout this video, and they'll do that through using very abusive tactics and very snide little shots at George Carlin and his intelligence and his personality and his relationship with the Catholic Church to insult him. They will do this consistently throughout the video, so just keep it watching. I've seen less condescending with fish cultists in Metro Exodus than these guys. Yeah, absolutely. These people are really fucking condescending.
Believe that he doesn't make that jump.
Or that there are consequences for actions.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we know there are consequences for our own actions in this world, but why wouldn't there be consequences for a divine action? Right? So let's assume God exists. So he's assuming he doesn't, but how could we believe in a God where there are no consequences? Of course, there will be people who turn away, and what's God going to do? I'm sorry you've turned away. I think the problem here, though, is...
Another interesting thing here is the framing that turning away from God is in of itself the horrible act, that God is just a passive observer in all of this, and by turning away from God, you're actively going against his all-loving boon, and he loves all, except for people who get abortions, or people who aren't religious, as stated previously, or people that are gay by, no fault of their own, etc., etc., etc. The fact of the matter is, this notion that there is, and this is going to go into like some edgy, like hat tipping, fedora tipping atheist shit, but the notion that there can be an all-loving God that would allow anyone to walk away from their flock and face as horrible as hell might potentially be, and the fire and screaming and the death and the pain and the yada yada yada, the idea that would be an all-loving God that would let its creation walk into that is contradictory. An all-loving character would never let anyone do that. I wouldn't let my worst enemy walk into a place like what hell is described as in popular culture. I wouldn't let my worst enemy fucking do that, because no one fucking deserves that. So why the fuck would an all-loving God let someone do that? The second is, Old Testament over New Testament God. People who take a book literally to justify their hatred, they sound smug as fuck. They do. The second to this is love thy neighbor as yourself. No other commandment is greater than these. Mark 12:31. Yep. Which is another thing. Which is why if you look at my stream title, it is, quote, Christian love. A lot of these people, like these friars right here, will act like they're coming from a place of love, when in all actuality they're coming from a place of judgment and hatred of people who do not support their organizations. Let's continue.
It's focusing very, very minutely on the judgment of God, forgetting the whole story of Exodus and his love for the people of Israel, his covenants with the people in Genesis, looking at the countless times, hundreds of times where he showed patience and mercy to the people, and they kept screwing up. Clearly, this isn't the way God acts. He doesn't just condemn people to hell.
Yes, it is your fault as a human being, but you constantly screw up, and the all-loving God, he just watches in pain as you screw up. He doesn't interfere at all. He maybe sends Jesus down, but if you don't believe Jesus and his crackheadish claims of being the Son of God, I'm sorry, you just have to have faith. Sorry, sweaty. Let's continue.
He shows patience.
Yeah, and the fact that he's making fun of God being invisible is a little disturbing, only because I want him to know that he couldn't possibly perceive the majesty of God as a human being with human eyes.
You're too dumb to perceive the majesty of God as a human being
that
with
God
human eyes.
That God is at some level unknowable, and of course he's invisible, but makes himself visible in Jesus.
Yeah, would you want a God that can be contained?
Oh,
yes, he makes himself visible in a man that has allegedly been dead for 2,000 years. Indeed, that's very visible. Very visible. With the only written documentation of this man being the book that says that he's the Son of God. Indeed. Beautiful. Very beautiful.
Gosh,
so.
no. That he's invisible just makes more sense. And I'm surprised again that George didn't see that. He's been very hurt.
Yeah.
You can tell he's coming out of a lot of hurt.
He's been very hurt. You can tell he's coming out of a lot of hurt. What the fuck did I say? These people, like these two friars here, will act like they're coming from a place of love. Like, oh my God, I sympathize with you for being hurt. When in all actuality, they're coming from a place of condescension and moral superiority. This is all this is.
Loves you, and he needs money. He always needs money. He's all powerful, all perfect, all knowing, and all wise. Somehow, just
God
can't handle money.
To the Christians and the pagan kings
Religion
massacred.
takes in billions of dollars. They pay no taxes, and they always need a little more. Now, you talk about a good bull story. Holy.
All right, so it's about the money. Here's the real issue here.
I got a lot to say about this.
So he's not so much angry with God, it seems. He's angry at religion. What we got here?
Well, I'm thinking he's missing a huge section of it, that money built hospitals, that money built schools.
He isn't necessarily angry at God. He's more so critiquing religion. Critiques. I think there are some unironic, good-loving Christians who are open-minded to other ideas, but never get but never get enough attention as the cultists less higher ups. I agree too. I legitimately think that there are legitimately good Christians out there. The only issue is like the cultists are really fucking prevalent, especially where I live. I live in the South, and what you'll see a lot in the South are evangelist Christians, and they are some of the most culty motherfuckers on planet Earth. And they will constantly engage in the same rhetoric that these two friars are doing right now. They will constantly engage in that rhetoric. There is no hate quite like Christian love. Also, they're going to say, oh yes, well, this money has been used to build hospitals and schools and this and that, which is good and lovely. But the same money that goes to religious institutions also goes to, say, human rights abuses. Let's talk about the fucking Crusades. What about the fucking Crusades? It goes to, say, schools in Canada that were used to force Indigenous children to be shirked from their culture, to be taken from their families and forced into something that they should have never been forced into, to be subject to a genocide. This same money has been used to justify discrimination against gay people. The same money has been used against countless groups of people seeking independence from Catholic nations, or Christian nations in general. The same money goes into the pockets of people like Kenneth Copeland, who use it to buy yachts, who use it to cover up, which I'm not saying Kenneth Copeland has used this money to cover up child sexual abuse, because I'm not trying to get fucking sued. I'm more so referring to Christianity in general, the Catholic Church in particular. But the same money has been used to cover up abuses of children. The notion that just because this money has gone to build some hospitals does not mean that this money is inherently good, because there is a lot of blood on the hands of the money given to religious organizations.
Schools. That money has been in crisis relief where the government was not able to take care of it. That money went to ships that sailed the ocean blue
to see what it's like.
crisis centers.
The South can
as
be nice,
hospital
but
ships.
do not live
How
down
many
here. It's
people have
fucking
gone from
hell.
poverty to middle class and even become rich because they were well educated? How many families are being raised in morality?
Whoa. It's what was that quote? It's harder for a rich man to jump through the eye. Well, no, fuck. It is easier for a camel to jump through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter heaven. If someone can find that quote, please post it in chat so I can read out. I'm pretty sure that was a line and verse, please. Remember when the church was used as a political pawn of the monarchs and emperors? Yeah. How about we talk about the various Catholic popes that also engaged in abuses of other people, or used their position as pope as essentially king of Europe at the time, really, because the Catholic Church was so prevalent. Although that is a simplification of what the Pope did at that time. Classical fans, do not fucking kill me, please. The classics are cool. Do not kill me. That is an oversimplification. But it still stands. Yeah, what about the various popes that had a lot of affairs, kind of going against what good religious people are supposed to do. The leader of the Catholic Church did that. What about those people? Just asking. It's a little bit of hypocrisy on that end. Just asking.
Because they came to a church where God's word was preached. Well, that church costed money to build. I'm freaked out by the power bill for air conditioning a small church like the one I serve now. It's amazing. Yes, we need money. Of course we need money. Everything costs money.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. Now, if there was a crossing of the line
It's
into
easier for
profiteering,
Hamill to go through
lining
God
my
of a needle
pockets.
than
if
for a
we
rich
were
man to
saving
enter
and
the
sitting on
kingdom
big
of
dumps
heaven.
of money
Yeah.
while we were asking for money for the poor, there's some incongruity there, ingenuineness there.
And we are not innocent of that.
Yeah, I think it does happen sometimes.
There is absolutely
Yeah,
part of that.
again,
But
I
think if
tell
look
you,
at the-
it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for someone who's rich to enter the kingdom of God. Yeah.
the larger scope, what you see is that's caring for the world costs money, and our finances aren't liquid, right? So they say the church has billions and billions of dollars.
Okay.
We got a church. It's a 100-year-old church that's decaying, and we're maintaining it. We are certainly paying lots of money. We may not be. People don't.
Okay.
So, interesting.
Way.
Money.
That,
Jesus.
that merits all that money going to them. Not us
Okay,
taking some of
Jesus,
it in
I get it.
taxes.
You want to defend your bag. Oh wait, no, I can't say Jesus. That is taking the Lord's name in vain. That's against one of the commandments. Oh Maurice. Okay, let's move on to the next Carlin clip.
Which is why the government has frequently given money to the Catholic Church, because it knows what it does, it can prove what it does, and we document what we do.
No government organization should be giving money to a religious organization. Unless it's like, I would be fine with it if it's a situation where, like, say it's like a synagogue, and the synagogue is like attacked by a bunch of white nationalists, and the government wants to give money to that synagogue to help rebuild. I'm perfectly fine with that. But if it's legitimately subsidizing churches, I'm not fine with that. Or like any other religious institution for that matter. But if it's like legitimately, like very clearly an act of malice against a religious organization that I am, then I would be slightly fine with a government potentially giving money to that religious organization. But even then, I'm a little iffy on that. Okay, let's continue.
I want you to know something. This is sincere. I want you to know, when it comes to believing in God, I really tried. I really, really tried. I tried to believe that there is a God who created each of us in his own image and likeness, loves us very much, and keeps a close eye on things. I really tried to believe that, but I got to tell you, the longer you live, the more you look around, the more you realize something is up. Something is wrong here. War, disease, death, destruction, hunger, filth, poverty, torture, crime, corruption, and the ice capades. Something is definitely wrong. This is not good work. If this is the best God can do, I am not impressed. Results like these do not belong on the resume of a supreme being. This is the kind of you'd expect from an office temp with a bad attitude.
An office temp with a bad attitude.
Well, you've got good and evil, you've got good and
Oh, wait.
An office temp with a bad...
What was
This is the
that?
kind
What was
you'd
that?
expect from an office temp with a bad attitude.
An office temp with a bad attitude.
Jump cuts. Gotta love the jump cuts. Beautiful jump cuts.
well, you've got good and evil, you've got good and evil. I mean,
You got free will.
you have to have good and evil to be free and conscious. You have to have it.
You have to have the...
Well, then I have to ask, I don't know a lot about Catholicism, but if Catholicism buys into the God's plan thing, or the everything's all in God's plan thing, or the God is all-knowing and he knows what everything is gonna, everything that's gonna happen, if the Catholic Church buys into that, then I have a question for you. To anyone watching this video, or maybe even to the two beautiful friars that watch this video, which I will say, you two people are very beautiful. You two, legitimately attractive people. I will say that. This is an honest compliment. I am being sincere here. But I have a question. If you do buy into that, then how can you claim that humans have free will? Because if there is an all-knowing, all-seeing God, how can you give humanity free will if you already know what's going to happen? Because if you know what's going to happen, can you really claim that people have free will if you know it? Because you can say, oh, well, people have the free will to make that decision in the moment, but not really. Because if you can predict the future, then that means that, and you can predict people's actions in the future, that means that people are predestined to do that. Pretty much. They're predestined to make that particular choice. So if they're predestined to make guy on the right is looking better than the guy on the left, yeah, the guy on the right is a bit of a silver fox. But if people are predestined to make that choice, even if it is of their own free will in the moment, is it really of their free will? That is the question. Continuing.
It's the opportunity
Jesus,
for it, but
chair.
I think the mistake he's making
I mean,
here is
Maurice,
he's giving all
this
the credit
chair.
to God, right? Do we not have agency?
Oh, man.
Right? Like, I don't understand this disconnect here. They say that, well, there's famine and crime and the ice capades. You know, well, we do have an opportunity to do
Ice capades
this.
are
And so
pretty
what you're
bad.
saying is you'd rather God come in and take all that away. Anytime we're about to press the button, he goes like this and slaps our hand. Is that what you want? I don't think that's what you want, because then you'd be crying, this terrible God, he doesn't give us free will.
And the people cry, what about natural disasters? Well, again, free will, you don't have to live on the fault line.
Yeah.
You can move away from San Francisco. You don't have to live in a desert.
Just move! Move! God isn't gonna prevent natural disasters because it's on you for living in the fucking desert. That is on you, buddy. That is on you, buddy. You better move. Just fucking move. That is exactly what you should absolutely do. Oh my fucking god. Like... just fucking move. That is what you should do. Just move. Oh my god. Friars are obsolete. Accelerate to Maurice. True. Hey. Make Maurice a community meme. Please. I don't know, like, draw him as, like, some guy with, like a dunce cap. Make him like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Let's just make him. with like, a cup of mandarin oranges in his hand. That is what Maurice is. Like, legit, oh my god. Legitimately a just move argument. Okay, why are there natural disasters? Well, you know, they're always gonna exist, but you have the free choice to live there. Thank you, Friar. Very cool. Very, very fucking cool. Jesus.
Desert.
Yeah.
You can move to a place where there is water.
Free will doesn't necessarily mean that you have the actual...
You can move to a place where there is water. Dude, some little child in somewhere with, like, shitty water is just like, Mama? Papa? I think I have cholera. Oh, that's unfortunate. And then these two fuckholes coming, and then they're just like the parents ask them, they're like, our child has cholera. Our child is gonna die from cholera. Please tell me why this happens. You should have moved, dumb fuck. You chose to live here with bad water, but we're impoverished. Should have made better choices. Should have moved. Absolutely should have moved. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, Maurice, fucking Frosted Flakes, Bobbert, don't support Kellogg's. Okay, let's keep going.
Option. I mean, a lot of poor people live in places, but I think that's not necessarily your free will. It's the rich's free will that forces the poor into bad areas. The places with the...
Okay, Val's actually kind of based. Hold up. I mean, I guess they could occasionally be based.
Doesn't necessarily mean that you have the actual option. I mean, a lot of poor people live in places, but I think that's not necessarily your free will. It's the rich's free will that forces the poor into bad areas. The places with the most natural disasters and the most...
Wait, if it's the rich's free will to affect other people's free will, then people don't have fucking free will. Then it's only effectively the rich that have free will. The ability to control someone else's free will means that that person doesn't have free fucking will. Jesus. If God guarantees people free will, then he would stop that shit from happening, you fucking dumb fuck.
Environmental pollution are the places we push the...
Okay, calling them a dumb fuck was a little too far. I'm sorry about that. You kind person who has logically thought out a lot of things, but is very clearly hurt by people who don't believe in your religion, and thus resorts to very illogical thought processes. I can do it too.
Poor because it's the cheapest. So we don't want to blame the poor people in San Francisco or in Africa for the disasters that happen to them, but it is collectively our human free will that causes misery.
He doesn't like the fact that there's evil.
Yeah.
You have to stop and think through the fact that you do not have freedom without good and evil. If all you had was lukewarm water...
Well, you could still have goodness.
Would you know water, though? You'd have to have dry ice on one side and steam on the other to know water.
Yes, because everyone has interacted with dry ice.
So now I know lukewarm water because I know dry ice and steam.
Yeah, maybe a more of appreciation sometimes when we lose it. I will say, just to counter that and I'll see what you think, I love chocolate cake, even though I've never eaten poop. I appreciate chocolate cake for what it is, even though I've never had the terrible thing. So I don't think you always need evil to appreciate the good.
Fair enough.
But I think...
I was wondering where you're going with
But I think in our world, sometimes we lose track of chocolate cake because we get so used to it.
Okay. I think hey, that's a religious repression of a friar speaking right there. I think he's trying to tell us something. Jesus. Yeah, dry ice is solid CO2, isn't it? Yeah. Hold up. Dry ice is what? Liquefying carbon dioxide. Dry ice is literally liquid CO2. Holy fuck. Jesus. Thank you for pointing that out, Megamania.
And so sometimes the evil does help us, remind us of that. But I don't think we need to all go experience bad things to experience good, but they can help, for sure.
In between you and me, in any decently run universe, this guy would have been out on his all-powerful ass a long time ago.
True.
By the way, I say this guy because I firmly believe, looking at these results, that if there is a God, it has to be a man. No woman could or would ever things up like this.
Didn't say George Carlin wasn't a word. He was a base dude, though.
If there is a God, if there is, I think most reasonable people might agree that he's at least incompetent and maybe, just maybe, doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a shit.
So either he's incompetent or he doesn't care. This is often a philosophical answer that we get. Because evil can't be good, so either God isn't all good or he's not all powerful. I think it's a false claim.
Yeah, absolutely. False dichotomy. So it's very hard for me to accept the idea that someone who, a supreme being who created the complexity of the universe, the minutia of DNA and the expansiveness of a star system or horizon of sunset or so many grains of sand on the shore of the sea, so to speak, I really struggle with him saying mindless and with him saying that incompetence, when the evidence is everywhere that he himself, George Carlin, has received all of this and the consciousness to criticize it.
Yeah. So then, if it's not incompetence, then it's gross fucking negligence in that case. You see, and this is why people bring up things such as war, such as famine, such as death. You may claim it to be a necessary evil, but the fact of the matter is, by your own admission, earlier, when you brought up rich people, 2V friars in this video, by your own admission, some people don't have to experience these negative things to enjoy life. Some people don't have to experience these. The fact of the matter is, if there was a good, loving God, he wouldn't subject random people to these horrible, evil things just to make them no good life. Which is another thing. These people are being inconsistent. They're saying that whenever people stray from the path of God is when they encounter evil. And then they're also saying that you have to have evil to experience good. Which is it? Is God actively allowing evil to happen to make us feel good later down the line? Or is he just sitting passive, and then whenever humans stray from good, then they enter evil? What the fuck is it?
He's gotten all these things as gift, but he's not acknowledging the origin or the source of the gift.
Yeah, it is a gift that he's throwing away. I think it's also half the story, because we as religious are not materialists. We're not naturalists to think that the physical world is all there is. If we believe this was all there is, then yeah, I would not be happy with our God. But because we recognize that this world is passing away and that we are going to a more perfect world, I think that that changes the conversation entirely. That it's not about being incompetent. It's about sometimes saying, I want to let people figure it out. I mean, have you ever been a business...
Let people figure it out through genocide, motherfucker. Let's get it. That's what a loving God would do. Jesus fucking...
owner or
Maurice,
a boss or
fucking...
been a parent. You don't jump in right away and correct everything all the time. That's not what's best for people. Sometimes you say, I'm going to let them try. If they fall, I'll help them pick them back up, but I'm going to let them fall. That's the way you teach sometimes.
Failing's a great school.
He's like, if that's the case, then God has let humanity fall really fucking hard sometimes. Hey, only use of nuclear weapons in a war at the end of World War II? Yeah. I'm gonna let humanity fall a little bit, just fall a little bit, and then they'll learn afterwards. 100,000 people dead, humanity falls a little bit, but they'll get right back up. Jesus, Maurice, fucking Christ. Rice Krispies, okay.
Good thing for people.
Yeah.
I think of my own sins. I think of the things that I've done wrong in this world. A lot of them have helped lift me up because I've been repentant afterwards. I think that that's what God does, is he shows that even the evil, even the death, can be transformed.
Powerful.
But he's losing that part.
Yeah, he's missing it. Or for effect. I mean, he's certainly playing to the ladies.
Sure.
For effect, he's just trying to be bombastic.
So rather than be just another mindless religious robot, mindlessly and aimlessly and blindly believing that all of this is in the hands of some spooky, incompetent father figure who doesn't give a I decided to look around for something else to worship, something I could really count on. And immediately, I thought of the sun. Happened like that. Overnight, I became a sun worshiper. Several reasons. First of all, I can see the sun. Okay? Yeah. Unlike some...
Wait, why is my chat on my screen not updating properly? Because it's like on stream it's updating. We're not forgetting the Christian God is the only one of various gods in the world, are we? Yeah, true. True. Quantum physics is evil and I love it, true. Give me cake, Freya. Seriously, what the fuck, obviously. Yeah, okay. We're updating that.
Some other gods I could mention, I can actually see the sun. I'm big on that. If I can see something, I don't know, kind of helps the credibility along, you know? So every day I can see the sun as it gives me everything I need. Heat, light, food, flowers in the park, reflections on the lake, an occasional skin cancer. But hey, at least there are no crucifixions, and we're not setting people on fire simply because they don't agree with us. Sun worship is fairly simple. There's no mystery, no miracles, no pageantry, no one asks for money, there are no songs to learn, and we don't have a special building where we all gather once a week to compare clothing.
My gosh, there are so many things in here.
Jump
Special
cut.
building where we all gather
Hard jump
once
cut.
a week to compare clothing.
My gosh, there are so many things in
Hard
here.
jump cut.
Man, I don't know about your clothing, Bill.
I'm comparing a little bit. So worshiping the sun because he can see it.
If life was limited to the empirical, only those things you can measure,
Gosh.
where would poetry be?
Yeah.
Where would love?
Wow. I think that they converted me. That is so true. Where would life be if you could measure the empirical? If you could only measure the empirical. Right now, I am measuring how fucking stupid that argument is. It's pretty fucking stupid. I'll shut the fuck up now. Let me stop memeing.
Be? You know, where would the movement of music and rhythm and melody and lyrics?
Wait. I don't know a lot about music theory, but from what I have heard, there's a literal math to rhythm and melody in music. Like, you literally count in music to keep, like, a consistent beat. There is empiricism to music, I'm pretty sure. Anyone better on music than me, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, yeah. Jesus. Maurice.
Oh, yeah.
You can't prove that. Your
Dreams.
gut feelings. Those are insignificant now?
Someone very important to me once said, I have a dream, and that dream is now coming true because he dreamt it. You can't prove that, George. You know, how are you going to go down your road of analysis about a dream? You can't, but it was super real.
Yeah,
Yes, changes and more changes
thank you,
needed,
Pooh.
but there it is.
Yeah, music is literally has empirical elements to it. So does love. You can you can't necessarily quantify love, but you can explain the processes behind love too. The fucking chemical shit in your brain. Explain how a good god would send their followers to death in a failed crusade for political gain. True, absolutely. Is that good or evil? Because they did in the name of God. Is that good or evil, my kind friar friends?
A popular idea we see in our world today is called positivism, logical positivism, that's only those things that can be proven are true. But there's a problem with that statement, which is that statement doesn't actually have proof to it. So it's self-defeating. We ultimately have to decide whether we accept that as true or not.
I mean, not necessarily. Because, I mean, you could literally say, okay, fuck it. I'll do it like this. I'll say this. Also, this is a very funny frame. Looks like he's fucking, like, shoving something in his mouth. We could say this then. In that case, you rock. Thank you, Saint Shenanigans. We could literally say this then. Okay. Let's go back to this claim.
Idea we see in our world today is called positivism, logical positivism, that's only those things that can be proven are true. But there's a problem with that statement, which is that statement doesn't actually have proof to it. So it's self-defeating. We ultimately...
Okay, so basically we're saying that you don't necessarily have to have proof for every claim. So, if that's the case, I'm gonna make a claim without any proof. Okay? Without any proof, I'm gonna make that claim. The Bible has a lost book, and it has this lost book. I believe it. The Bible has a lost book, and in the lost book, it says that it was no more than fan fiction of the Epic of Gilgamesh. And it has a bunch of articles of our own tags, Levant era articles of our own tags. That is all what it's consistent of. And the amount of kudos, the amount of cuneiform kudos it got, that is the last book of the Bible. It's called the Book of Maurice. That's who I've been referencing the entire time, the person who wrote the Bible, Maurice, the Book of Maurice. And it's true because I believe it. You can't say that it's false, because, I mean, clearly, you don't have to have proof for everything that you believe at all. Not at all. Not a single thing. You don't need proof as long as you have faith. And I have faith that the Book of Maurice exists, and I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. It came to me within a dream.
Ultimately have to decide whether we accept that as true or not. And
There's
so
no
I think
scarier phrase in history than God was it
feel for
true.
him that, yes,
Your
it is
history
easier when we can
teacher's
see things,
fucking
right? This is
based.
Doubting Thomas. He wanted to see it for himself. This is a natural human response. But I think it cuts ourselves off from so many other forms of truth that we implicitly accept and we don't question in the same way.
I love when Jesus said, well, come here, Thomas, put your hand in the holes. He gave him the empirical.
Yeah.
So even Jesus danced with this struggle that George is having. He dwells an awful lot on the human
Struggle.
negative, and it's not really in and through everything, but we have a choice to pay attention or not.
The best thing about the sun, it never tells me I'm unworthy. Doesn't tell me I'm a bad person who needs to be saved. Hasn't said an unkind word. Treats me fine. So I worship
A
the
pillow.
sun.
I found a
I don't pray to the
35-year-old
sun.
tablet that says
Know
it's
why?
so sad, Joe.
I wouldn't presume on a friendship.
True, I've seen that
Not
tablet
polite.
before. True.
I've often thought people treat God rather
I've
rudely,
absolutely
don't
seen
you?
that tablet
Asking
before. It's
trillions and
absolutely
trillions
true.
of prayers every day, asking and pleading and begging for favors. Do this, give me that. I need a new car. I want a better job. And most of this praying takes place on Sunday, his day off. Not nice. And it's no way to treat a friend.
So it's crazy.
Hey, note how they didn't jump cut that. They didn't jump cut that until after they laughed. Look at this.
His day off. Not nice. And it's no way to treat a friend.
I wonder why that jump cut was very weirdly selected at that specific point after they laughed at the joke. And it hasn't been on other jump cuts. I wonder why.
So it's crazy here. The thing he wants to worship, his ultimate idea, just says, you're fine, do whatever you want. He's complaining so much about the ills of humanity and how we hurt each other and all these terrible things, about the reason that God is terrible is because he doesn't intervene. And so he accepts a God that will never intervene by nature.
I find it fascinating that he started his concert with God's going to cast you into fiery hell,
Yeah.
and then chooses a fiery ball as his God. If he gets anywhere near it, he's going to instant toasted almond,
Damn. It's a good thing that no one is going to go near the fucking sun then. It's a good thing that we're, 93 million miles away from the fucking sun then. The fuck even... Yeah. Christianity, kids.
God is terrible is because he doesn't intervene. And so he accepts a God that will never intervene by nature.
I find it.
Also, these people don't seem to realize that when George Carlin was talking about sun worship, Carlin, I'm pretty sure Carlin wasn't actually a fucking sun worshiper. He was just using that as an example as... Jesus. Maurice. Jesus. Fuck. Okay. Honestly, we have watched through enough. This is a 50-minute segment. So, again, if you are V Friars in the video, if you ever want to talk, message me on twitter.com. Links are in the description. My Discord is also in the description if you want to use that to message me. I doubt that you're going to see this, but if you do, I'd be more than willing to talk about religion with you. With that being said, All links are in the description to both my Discord and my Twitter. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to hit that beautiful, sexy ass bell notification. And with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. And that, my people, are the 3 stream segments I had planned out, completed for today's stream. So, with that being said, I am exceedingly tired. My back feels way better now, which I'm happy about, because anyone who was here earlier, Pillow, you're amazing, thank you. Anyone who was here earlier knows just how badly that was rough. I might have to redo that segment at a later date with the picture, because that one was supremely rough. But I think, see you next stream. Yeah, I think I might end up going ahead and ending stream. I do have to go to sleep early tonight because I have to wake up early to get a haircut, because this is untenable right now. Are you free after stream? I'm free until midnight, so I got about half an hour. Glad your back is better too. Thank you so much. Okay, so thank you all for watching. Sorry this is a bit of an abrupt end to stream, but I do want to go ahead and get my stuff sorted. We kept pretty good viewership, especially for a stream that only I promoted on my end. 6 viewers isn't that bad, especially considering my current size, which I do plan on growing after I start really getting these segments uploaded. So, again, thank you all for watching. Like I said earlier, join my Discord, it's free. Link in the description. Pretty sure that link is expired though. So you could also just DM me on Twitter. That is not an expired link. And if you DM me on Twitter, I will send you the link to my Discord if you are not yet a part of it. Thank you for watching. We Fortnite tomorrow. Hopefully we do. And with that being said, actually, hold up. Let me see if I can't. Xanderhall is just existing in the void. True, Xand isn't going to be streaming for the next few days. First time of watching the stream, it got recommended to me. I can't wait for the next one. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And you, Vorty Fort, you have been chatting it up in stream chat, which has been amazing recently. I'm glad that you have been. And I'm glad that you enjoyed. At Fortnite, if anyone wants to play later on tomorrow after 5. I work after 5 tomorrow, but I am more than willing to play later. I'm assuming that's basically gonna be the sunglasses guy is gonna be Chad, weakest of Pillow viewers. Very true, very true. Why Xan no stream? Xan is taking a very short streaming break, and I think he's leading up to 12 days of Xanmas, which should start Sunday, if I'm being honest, since it's 12 days until Christmas, so either Sunday or Monday that's starting 12 days of Xanmas, which I will be participating in, because it's, I can participate, because I'm looking forward to that. Glad to be here with everyone. I'm glad you were here. Okay, let's get us a nice little bopper to play us out. I think this one is going to be good. This one's going to be definitely good. Come on, oh my god, stop with the ads, Jesus, no. Hush. Be quiet. Cease. It's still loading. Okay, here we go.
The sus music.
Thank you all for watching stream.
I suck his dick with a smile for hours at a time.
Stare at his nutsack while I hold back my cum tonight.
And when he asks me what position, I say doggy style.
And when they ask me what position, I say doggy style.
The fact is, I can never get off of his fat dick. And all that they can ask is,
I just wanna smack it. Here's what the fact is.
he can put my asshole in a casket. Asshole in a casket. So you can see I'm coming, but you won't see me nutting. I'll just keep on sucking. I'm good, yeah, I'm good. And if he sucks my glizzy, I will become dizzy.
But it keeps us busy, I'm good. I've been twerking for boys for so long.
I've been flirting with boys for so long.
My jaw's been hurting for so long. It's real.
So long, it's real.
Always being judged by a bunch of sexy faces.
Sticking up the guys, haven't seen a girl in ages.
But I've been places.
Kissing guys' faces.
Okay, I'm not gonna let the fucking song play out. This is getting like really drawn out, and I do have to do shit before bed, including calling pubes. So thank you for all watching again. Good night. Duty fart.